Hi, seventh graders. Welcome to the last week. Yay, we made it. I'm throwing a little party because of it. No, I'm just kidding. It is actually Brecken's birthday, so we are celebrating. But we can pretend it's a party because it's the last week of school, too. So at the end of the week, if you are completely caught up, you are done for the year. We have one last topic we're going to cover, and that's solving systems of equations by graphing. We're going to spend just a couple of days doing that, and then we'll have a review day and a short little test. So you don't have a ton to do. So very short and sweet, and 4 days, and then we're finished, and summer. Yay. Unless, of course, you're not caught up. So make sure you are caught up. If you're not sure if you have everything done, send me an email and I will let you know. So today we are going to just do a real short lesson on how to graph an equation without having to do a whole lot of work on it. It's actually really simple. So what we're going to look at is graphing equations when they're in this form, when they're solved for y. So we're going to have to make sure every equation is solved for y. And we want it in this form, y equals mx plus b. Now, the reason we want it in this form is because this form works really, really nice in terms of what everything stands for, okay? So this m stands for the slope of the equation, okay? And that will all make sense when I show you an example. And the b stands for the y-intercept. And if you know those two things, it's really easy to graph. Now, a couple things to remember about slope. Remember, slope is rise over run, okay? And the y-intercept is going to be where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, now I'll show you what that looks like. And hopefully it'll make sense to you. So on this particular equation, we have 0 equals 7x plus 6 equals 3y. We need to solve that for y first. You have to get y by itself. So 0 equals 7x plus 6 minus 3y. I'm just going to move that 3 minus 3y to the other side and put plus 3y. So then we have 3y equals 7x plus 6. And now we need to get the y by itself. So we're going to divide every term by 3. Okay, so these cancel. So we have y equals 7 over 3x plus 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, now this right here, the 7 over 3, that is your slope. And the 2 is your y-intercept. So here's how we're going to graph it, and it's going to be really easy. We're going to start with the y-intercept. I always start with the y-intercept, which is a +2 or a +2. So we're going to go to the y-axis, and on the y-axis, we're going to go to +2, which is right as soon as my cursor catches up. Okay, +2 is right here. Okay, then we are going to use this slope. Now this slope, the 7 is the rise and the 3 is the run. So that means to go up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, goes off my graph. So I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go, so rise can mean up and run mean right, or it can be down and left. So instead of going up and over, I'm going to go down and to the left. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3. It's not cooperating. 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then over to the left, 1, 2, 3. Seriously. So right there. Now, really, we only need 2 dots, right? To make a graph, you need 2 dots. So we are going to then graph this by drawing a line between those 2 points. Okay, let's try that again. Make a nice line in there. So there's our graph. Okay. Now we could have gone up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 3. We'd be about right here with a point. Now that doesn't matter. Our graph, the line should still go through that point. So we could still continue that line in that direction. Okay. So let's try another one. This one we have 4x minus 3y equals negative 6. So let's start with that equation. 4x minus 3y equals negative 6. And we're going to solve for y. So I'm going to move the 4x to the other side. So subtract 4x from both sides. Okay, so we have, be careful with the negative here, negative 3y equals negative 4x minus 6. And then we have to get y by itself, so we're going to divide by negative 3. Remember, you have to divide everything by negative 3. Okay, so we have y equals, negative divided by negative is positive, so we could just write 4 over 3x plus negative divided by negative is positive, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So there's our equation. Okay, this right here is your slope. And this is your y-intercept. Okay, so then we're going to go graph it. The y-intercept goes on the y-axis, so we're at 2. And then slope, remember it's rise over run. So up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 3. We could also go down 4 and left 3. So there's your points, and then just draw a line through them. So there's the graph of that equation. Okay? So hopefully that all made sense to you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I will also be on Zoom every day again. So I want to make sure that I am there if you have questions. Your homework is just to graph a couple of equations today. Nothing too hard. Solve the equation for y and then graph it. Be really careful with negative signs. I caution you of negative signs because they can really get in the way. So do your best. Let me know if you need help. Have a great day.